Good evening, good evening. Welcome to D Mace's The Rant. I'm D Mace, your ranter, and this is The Rant Nation. So listen, guys, we're going to get on here and talk about Xmen 97 right now, man. Xmen 97 Part 8, Episode 8. Let me tell you something. If you have not seen this, you need to check it out. It is on Disney Plus. Get the subscription. There's a couple things on Disney Plus that's worth the subscription, man. Check it out. Check it out. It's only like $7.99. Check it out. Check it out, man. Spoiler alert. I'm going to spoil this. So if you have not seen this, don't watch this. Log off, watch the show, come back, check out my review later. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Spoiled. So anyway, Xmen 97. This episode, man, is phenomenal. The entire series has been phenomenal. I love it. I absolutely love it. I love the writing. I love the plots. I love the storylines. I love the voice acting. I love it all, man, in this particular show. And you got to check my brother out without me rambling. Witherspoon. Check him out. He is on Instagram. I do know he's on Instagram. He might be on a couple of other things as well, but I do know he's on Instagram. It's called Without Me Rambling. Check out his reviews, man. He gives it. But anyway, we were talking about why the movies and the animated series can never seem to, not necessarily converge, but if they can never seem to bring that particular adaptation of greatness from the animated to the live action. Happens with Disney, happens with Marvel, boom. It's still mind-blowing. But anyway, maybe they will get a clue. Maybe it'll all click and they'll just be like, you know what, we can do this here. Anyway, let me get into Xmen 97 Episode 8. Episode 8. My goodness. So, first of all, you know the enemy, Bastion, and the enemy, Mr. Sinister. Bastion is working for Mr. Sinister. Mr. Sinister is one of the biggest enemies of the X-Men. He is also in control of everything that's been happening. So he's kind of like, he's the puppet master of it all. And Bastion's working for him. Bastion's a wildcat. He's a wildcat. So as you know, in the last episode, Bastion has kidnapped. He's kidnapped Magneto. He kidnapped him from that explosion and everything like that. I guess when it was out, he probably grabbed him. But anyway, he's got Magneto, bound and everything like that. Now, why Bastion has Magneto in his drawers on some kind of X thing like this, I don't know. I don't know what that's about. Bastion's a wildcat. Anyway, so there's that. But anyway, Bastion has Magneto, and Bastion is now getting a plan out here. What he's done is he's taken some humans, he's recruited some humans to create these new Sentinels. These new Sentinels are now humans with Sentinel, nanotech inside of them. And so I guess there's some kind of a word or some kind of a button or something that he pushes where they activate and they immediately go into becoming these superpowered Sentinels. And they're very strong. They're very strong because when he releases them and they're going all over the world flying and destroying things, the X-Men are having quite a time trying to contain them. They are giving the X-Men that work. I will say this now. There's a scene where they're fighting and they have come into the mansion, and the poor mansion just gets jacked up all the time. Anyway, they come into the mansion. They're fighting. Rogue is knocked out. She's still knocked out from the last thing that happened. So she's still knocked out, and they're trying to keep them from Rogue. So they're trying to get everybody to be subjugated. And so the X-Men, the X-Men are going to have that. So they're fighting them, and they're Hank is fighting, and Wolverine is fighting, and call him Wall Crawler. Nightcrawler is fighting them. But let me tell you something, man. I love how they give balance to each character. How each character is fleshed out. How their powers are fleshed out. How it doesn't feel like one character has more than the other or more of a storyline. They do a beautiful job of balancing this thing out where everybody gets equal play and you feel like it's a together thing. It's not, oh, let me watch this for this one. No, you want to see it for all because each one of them are bringing their A game. Nightcrawler, he's a teleporter. He teleports. He goes in and out of different places. So when he's fighting these Sentinels, he's disappearing, he's popping up in front of them, slicing them and stuff like that. He gets these swords in his hand, sword in his tail, and I mean, he is going through there, giving them that work. Him and Wolverine, you know, Wolverine loves to slice and dice, and it's just amazing to see this. And no matter how much they're fighting, the Sentinels are still coming back, but they ain't giving up. They are not giving up. They're trying to take these Sentinels down and take them out. Anyway, that said, there's even a scene where you see Wolverine falling out of the sky. And so he's like, in the midst of him falling, he's slicing and dicing the Sentinels in the air and things like that. It's so cool to see. The other thing is, man, so then you have Scott Cable, and Jean Grey. And they all get together. And so they're trying to fight the Sentinels and things like that. And so you see them working together and starting to pull their A game up on these Sentinels. And these Sentinels almost seem like they can't be touched, but they're making some kind of an impact to them. Anyway, they're going through. And so at the end of this, and I'm just kind of breezing through all of this, yeah, and also Jubilee and her friend, the guy who wasn't using his powers, he's now using his powers, and he's a pretty powerful dude. His mother has turned them in and told them, you know, turn yourself in, just turn yourself in, and turn them into the Sentinels, because their thing is they're trying to brainwash people and trick people and say, oh, we're trying to help people, we're trying to save mutants, we're trying to do this, that, and the other, but they're actually trying to get the mutants, at least the Xmen, out of the way so that they can do the crazy things they want to do. Anyway, so that fast forwarding, Magneto gets out, because you know the lady with the blonde hair, the senator or whatever her name is, she lets Magneto out. She frees him. Magneto gets free. He goes all over the place. And now Magneto is floating up in the air in his drawers. And he's floating up in the air and he says, enough. And so he releases this unleashed magnetic power all over the world. And I mean, he is obliterating the Sentinels. He's obliterating people. He's obliterating everything. And he's like, that's enough. And so when all of that happens, you cut to where Morph and Wolverine are talking. And Wolverine says, he did it. Says Magneto went and did it. And Morph says, like, what did he do? He saved our butts. Wolverine said, no, he declared war. And so he has, because now he's releasing his unleashed power that affects humans. It affects everything. Like, it's shutting lights out, electricity, all that stuff. And so now this is getting ready to be a big thing. What Wolverine says, though, is he says, man, where's Charles Xavier when you need him? All of a sudden, you see a spaceship coming down, and as the spaceship's coming down, it crashes. And then he comes out, and he comes down, and he is now, I'm sorry, somebody just spoke to me, and that just kind of threw me off. He comes down, and he is now back on Earth. He's alive. You know, as we say, he is alive. And so he says, to me, my X-Men. And so he does this little thing, and, you know, all the X-Men get connected to him. And so now it's getting ready to go down. This show is amazing. I love it. This is episode 8. Now, I'm thinking they're saying that they're going to have one more before, but I want to see some more episodes. I want to see some more seasons come out of this, man. This has to continue. It has to, man. I mean, this is amazing. I love it. I'm loving every bit of it. I'm trying to think, did I miss anything? I don't think I missed anything, but I just kind of went through it. But when you have an opportunity, check it out, Xmen 97. Let me know, guys, what you think about this. Did you like it? Let me know in the comments below. Do me a favor. Would you like, comment, share, and subscribe for my channel? Let YouTube know that you like this. I'm trying to get some stuff done. I can't do it without you. I can't do it without my subscribers and getting some more subscribers, man. We're trying to build this channel and do some great things. So, guys, that said, I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I certainly hope you enjoyed this video. Again, I'm D-Mace, your ranter. This is the Rant Nation. Have a great evening.